Hello everyone, this is Flavia and thank you for watching. Today I will give you a closer look at the Spellbinders Wax Seal Starter Kit. This is not a new release, however, if you're also new to this technique or considering buying this kit, I hope you find this video helpful. The Wax Seal Starter Kit is part of the Sealed by Spellbinders collection. It contains everything that you need to get you started on this traditional art of wax sealing, except for a Tealight candle and a lighter. You will need to purchase these two items separately if you don't already have it at home. The Wax Seal Starter Kit comes beautifully packed in this stunning black box, and the packaging itself contains a lot of important information and useful tips to get you started on this journey. With this kit, we get a 10 by 7 inches silicone mat to protect your surface, and a double-sided wax bead warmer spoon, which is just wonderful because it will work for people who are right-handed as well as left-handed. With this kit, we also get a wax seal stamp with handle, 100 wax beads, and a wax warmer. Before you get started, make sure you are working on a heat-safe work surface that is clear of clutter. Begin by lighting up a small Tealight candle and placing the wax warmer on top and the spoon in place. You can simply use a match to light up the candle. However, a long reach lighter like this one that I'm using is safer and much more comfortable to use. According to Spellbinders instructions, you should place 3 to 4 wax beads into the spoon to create one seal. In a couple of minutes, when the wax beads are completely melted, we can pick up the spoon by the handle and carefully pour from the sprout on the spoon. If you prefer a more round shape, try to pour the wax without moving the spoon so it all falls in the same spot and you end up with a perfectly round pour. However, keep in mind that there is no right or wrong shape with these seals and it really is just a matter of preference. Also, know that in order to create different shapes of seals, we need to change the way that we pour the wax and not the amount of wax beads. This was actually my first attempt at creating wax seals ever, and I was very impressed at how easy it was. With time, I think I will get better and more confident with this technique, but this is definitely beginners friendly. Spellbinders recommends you wait about 15 seconds before pulling the wax seal stamp from the wax, or even longer if you find some resistance. Another thing to keep in mind is that it is very important to not overheat the melting wax. And that is why I try to watch it carefully and pour the wax out as soon as all of the beads are completely melted. At Spellbinders website, you can find a variety of wax bead colors, including mixes like this that we can use to create beautiful marble looks. And today, I will be trying out the Teal mix that contains 100 pieces in the colors Gold, Teal, Pastel Aqua, and Laguna. I will also be trying out this gorgeous pink mix with 100 pieces in the colors Fuchsia, Magenta, Cotton Candy, and Golden, as well as the basic mix with 100 beads in the colors Gold, Silver, White, and Black. I will use 4 beads, one of each color, and once it is completely melted, I like to stir it a little bit with my craft pick before pouring the wax onto my mat to create a marble effect. When switching colors, make sure to use a paper towel to clean up the spoon. I started out by using a clean cloth because that is just what I'm used to do, but since I don't know if that will come off, I will later in this video switch to using paper towel to clean up the spoon. As you do so, remember to clean up the bottom of the spoon as well, since soot may accumulate in that area. The stamps that I'm using today are the exclusive wax seal stamp that came with the kit, which is the one that stamps the sentiment for you, and the other one is the Forget Me Not wax seal stamp that we can purchase separately. A great tip from Spellbinders is to mark the bottom of a design with a permanent marker, as I'm doing here, just to make it easier for you to know where the top and bottom of your image is when you are creating the seal directly onto your project. For example, instead of pouring the melted wax onto the mat to create wax seals that we can use later, we can pour the melted wax directly onto an envelope to seal it. In that case, it is very important that we pay attention to the direction of the design, because we will not be able to turn it around later. One thing that I really love about this art is that there is no waste. If you happen to create a seal that you don't really love for any reason, you can simply cut it into pieces and melt it again to create another seal. For example, here I have some wax seals that I didn't really love, either because of the color combo, the shape, or because it didn't stamp well, and instead of letting it go to waste, I can melt each one of these wax seals again and give it another try. Usually I prefer a more round look like these other ones that I have created. I had a lot of fun making these wax seals, and if this is something new to you, I highly recommend you give it a try. It is very easy to create, waste-free, and there are many uses for them. You can use wax seals to either seal an envelope, as well as to decorate the front of your note cards, gift tags, and even a wrapped gift to make it extra special. Not to mention that the whole process is very relaxing, especially if you do so while watching a movie or listening to some good music. Here is a closer look at some of the wax seals that I have created so far, and now I will show you a trick to make the stamped design stand out, which is by using an oil-based paint marker. At Spellbinders website, you can find these markers in the colors gold, silver, and rose gold. The color is very rich and it gives amazing results. The trick with these pens is to be very light hand when using them, so you only add color to the raised portion of the wax seal. Another great add-on are these adhesive circles. If you choose to apply the melted wax directly onto your project, then you definitely do not need this. However, for some people like me, who prefer having more control over the shape of their wax seals, this can be very handy because we can first create the wax seal over the silicone mat so we can decide if we like it or not. If we do, we can use these adhesive circles to adhere the wax seals to our projects. And if we don't, we can go ahead and melt it again and give it another try. Each package comes with 50 circles and the adhesive seems to be very strong. Another great product that I purchased is this pair of scissors. I know this is not wax seal related, but I am so happy with this product that I decided to share it with you in case you are also shopping for one. This is the Spellbinders 9 inches Pro Shears, and it cuts paper as well as foil like you won't believe it. These are definitely the best pair of scissors that I've ever had, and I couldn't recommend it enough. And last but not least, I also purchased this storage storage boxes to store everything related to wax seals. Since most of these dividers are removable, we can customize it to fit many different things, such as wax beads, markers, wax seal stamps, handles, and many more. These boxes are very inexpensive and I wish I had purchased a few more because this new hobby is definitely here to stay. So this is all that I have for you today, and if you're interested, I have a list of all products mentioned in the description box down below. I appreciate you spending this time with me, and I hope some of this information was helpful to you. Take care, and I hope to see you again soon.